on number 2. Today is day number 2 and you're on first. How are you? Turn this down. Good morning. Today was one of those mornings I was like, oh my God, I just need I need another hour. Now you're not playing around this morning. I have to give it to you. I have to give it to you. I'm not playing either. But today is one of those days to where I needed, just a few more hours of sleep. I was just like, whoa. I woke up and then took a snooze, but the snooze was a little bit longer. But I'm not going to be on here long, and people can just hop on as they get on. But today I'm sharing. Have you ever heard of this book? Have you ever seen this? Maybe your wife has. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. His name is Deepak Chopra. It's a weird last name, but not really weird, but it's not a name we see all the time. It's an unusual last name. But it's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. This is a book that I've been reading, and today I'm going to be talking about our intention when we're giving. And so this book here is really a practical guide. And I know a lot of times we see that on the front of books. Okay, so you've seen it. And it's talking about your intentions in giving. And I love this book because it's short. It's a short read. You can finish it in about an hour or so if you're taking notes. And so this is my first time to really do a study on this author. But this book here, when I tell you it's amazing, it's amazing. And so I've been reading it and just kind of taking some notes on it because I've really been trying to figure out, what the most successful people do other than what I'm doing. I want to know if we're all doing the same thing, if we're having the same thought process when it comes to being successful. And so I started reading this author, and I have another one, Keith Harrell's book. It's called Attitude is Everything for Success. I'm reading that one too. And so this one is talking about how when we give, we have to make sure that we're giving with the right motive. I know we give at church, we give to friends, we give to charity groups, we give to all these organizations that matter to us, and we give, but what is the intent behind it? And so this book is talking about how when we give, our motives need to be pure. Sometimes people would do stuff for us, but it's always, a catch to it. I'm going to do this for you because I know you're going to do something for me. Or I'm going to do this for you because I know that when my birthday comes around, you're going to do this for me. It's just different reasons for giving. And what we don't do is sometimes we don't look at the reason behind the giving and what is our intention. And so as I was reading this author, he was saying that in order for us to get what we want, we've got to give that to others. Good morning, Raquel. We've got to give it to others. And so the easiest way to get what you want is to help other people get what they want. And so I've heard about this working in corporations. I've heard about it working in different, cultures, different groups. I hear it. But I don't know if I'm the only one who's really hearing it and not really focusing on the intent behind it. I know at church we give because, we've been taught that's what we're supposed to do. You give 10%, you give your tithes, you give your offerings, you give your talent, you give all that. But what are the intentions behind giving? This is the time of year where we see everybody, wanting to be nicer because it's that time of the year. You feel some type of way, as they say, because it's Thanksgiving and you want to give. Christmas comes around and you want to give, but what is the intent behind it? And so I want us to think about today, why are we doing it? I think that when we're giving, it needs to be so that we can create happiness in somebody else. We want happiness, so we have to spread happiness. We want love, so we should spread love. We want joy, we should spread joy. And it only makes sense. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the law of reciprocity. And so if we are focused on what it is we need to do when we're giving, we know we need to give, but if we're focusing on why, then that has a whole different meaning. Everybody is not out to just give and do just because, that's the right thing to do. We see it happening all the time. We see it in countries. We see it in wars. We come to people's aids. We want people to come to our aid. And we reciprocate a good deed for another good deed. Or we say, well, I feel like if I do this for her, she should do this for me. But why can't you just give because you want to and walk away and you're done? Some people do it because they want to be seen. Good morning, Ernest. Some people do it because they want to be seen. And so I think that as we embark upon the giving season, and I'm going to call it the giving season this time of the year, as we embark upon this season, we've got to figure out how pure our motives are, because that's what we need to look at. We need to make sure that our intent is good. I don't want you doing something for me just because you want me to do something for you later. I want you to do it for me because it comes from the depths of your soul and out of the kindness of your heart. And so I pulled up this little, let me see if I can find it. He says, when you learn to give that which you seek, you activate and choreograph the dance with an exquisite, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the eternal throb of life. So it's a little deep, if you will. He says that you constitute the eternal throb of life. We all are in search of something. It doesn't matter what that something is. We're all in search. And so for some people, it's just to be happy. Good morning, Miss LaQuania. And so we've got to be intent on our intentions. And so when we're giving and we're helping others, is it so that we can be seen? See, I'm good working behind the scenes. I don't have to be out front. I'm good in the background. You don't have to like me. You don't have to approve of what I do. I'm just going to do it out of the kindness of my heart because I know I'm a giver. And it's not with any ulterior motives. It's just because I enjoy giving. So the intention of your giving needs to be that you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart and because you want that to come to you. You want to make sure that what you're seeking is also seeking you. But in order for you to get what you're seeking and make sure that's seeking you, the motive has to be pure. You can't just be, oh, well, I'm going to do this for her just because I know she has money and she can do it for me. What about the people who can't give back? What about the people who aren't able to reciprocate what you've done for them? I'm talking about the intention in giving. When we are out helping other people, are we truly helping them because we want to see them do better? Or are we helping them so that we can get a pat on our back? Because sometimes, exactly, reciprocity, I just talked about that. And that's what it reminds you of. It's the law of reciprocity. When we do things for people, it's not so that we can get an attaboy. Oh, you did so good. Let me give you a pat on your back. No, because I don't want you doing anything for me like that. I don't want it. I want it to be that it was laid up on your heart and you had such a strong pull until you had a case of the I can't help it. I can't help but do this for you. I can't help but help you. I can't help but that's what I want. And so this book is amazing in that it's a simple read. It's a simple read, but it teaches you a lot. He says the best way to put the law of giving into operation is to start the whole process of circulation. You make a decision that at any time you come into contact with anybody, you're going to give them something. Well, you know what? It might just be a kind word. I say it all the time. People are going through. People are dealing with a lot of stuff. They're just not talking about it because excuses just aren't an option for them. When you meet people, they don't need to leave you the same. They need to leave thinking, wow, that was divine intervention. I was supposed to meet that person. And you leave them something, whether it's an encouraging word. Hey, you know what? LaQuania, I see you struggling with your health. You know what? I got just the thing for you. You show it to them. You give them proof. Hey, look, these are documented people who struggle with their health, but this is how I'm helping them. Give me a call. I can help you. Oh, but it costs too much. I don't want to pay that. It's too expensive. But you'll go down and buy an $8 hamburger, go to the state fair and eat fried Oreos and bananas and fried banana pudding and all that other stuff that they have. And you don't even care how much the price is. And you're willing to pay it. But when it comes to you and helping you be better and giving back and doing for others, well, sometimes the price is too high. We want half off. You got a discount? Can I get a hookup? That's what people want. That's what people want. And it's like, no. You didn't ask the state fair for the hookup. You didn't go in there asking for a discount. Our intentions are not right. You have to be intentional in what it is that you're doing. there are some things that I'm trying to do that I need to kind of go back and tweak so that I can get those things done. We have to be intentional about our giving, and we have to be intentional about our living. We do. You got to be intentional about it. Everybody got something to say about something, but it's the right thing to say. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody feels like they know what they need to be doing right now. And those who don't know, those who are unsure, you know what they're doing? They're searching for someone who can help them. They want to search for the meaning in life. Viktor Frankl wrote a book. It's called The Search for Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning. And so everybody's in search of something. I had somebody say, well, Cree, I just need to figure out what my purpose is. You know what? That's the day that's so important in your life. It's just pivotal because you need to know why you were put here. You need to know that so that you can be intentional in your living. If you don't know your purpose, how can you be intentional in your living? People say all the time, oh, I don't want to do this because, I would do this because. They say it all the time. The only thing they're intentional about is something to eat, clothes, a new bag. You intentional about that. You intentional about putting the money back for that. But when it comes to being a better person, changing the world for the better, you're not intentional about that. I know people don't want to hear it, and it's okay. I understand. It makes you take a hard look at yourself and go, you know what, I got to do better. But that's what people don't want to do. They want to shift in their lives. They want to shift in their finances. They want to shift in relationships. They want to shift here and there. Oh, I'm receiving it. I lift my hands and I receive it right now. But what are the intentions behind getting it? We don't take a look at our intentions and our motives when we're doing these things. See, I want to live on purpose. I don't want to haphazardly live. I don't want to live by happenstance. I want to live on purpose. So that when I die, I can go, you know what? I did everything I wanted to do. I never promised that all my decisions was going to be right and that everything I was going to do would satisfy the masses and make sure that they were, all in agreement with No, I ain't signed up for that. Some people decide that, you know what, I just need to go get a job. Man, I don't need to do anything else. I just need a job. Other people are like, shit, a job? Really? No, I don't want that. That's slavery. That's their mentality. And so they say, no. That life isn't for me. Let me create something else. That's living on purpose. That's not living haphazardly. That's living by design. Being intentional in your moves. So when we're giving, whatever it is that we're giving, whether it's our time, our talent, our money, whatever it is, you've got to be intentional with it. And that's what we have to teach our children. But we don't. We don't want to do that because it takes time and it makes us take a really hard look at ourselves and we have to check ourselves. See, that's who you need to be checking. We're so quick to check everybody else. We're so quick to check them and put them in their place and tell them, you know what? You wrong. You wrong. LaQuinn says, I don't want a job ever. They can have, you know what? I'm going to be quiet on that. Because let me tell you something. The one thing about working for other people is sometimes you can lose sight of what you need to be doing for yourself. Some people are able to balance and use that to catapult them into the next level, into that, role of being an entrepreneur and owning a business. Some people are not. Some people know how to use it as a stepping stone. Some people don't. Some people just say, never mind, let me just go all in. But we have got to be intentional about what it is. And we've got to get rid of the excuses. I don't mind regrouping. And LaQuinn, that's what I love about you. If something is going one way and you see that it's getting out of hand and you see that it's not working for you no more, you shut that down and you regroup and it's quick. And you bounce right on back. See, that's what people don't like to do sometimes because it's change. People feel like, that's just too bad. That didn't work. I failed at that. That didn't work. No, that didn't work for me right then. But people aren't lined up, LaQuinn, to take those children to school and feed them and take care of that big husband you got and feed him and do all that. They're not signed up for that. They'll just watch you do it and see if you're going to fail. Watch you and see what you're going to do with it. That's what they do. They're not living on purpose. See, when you're able to make moves like that, you're living by design and you're living on purpose. And you know what your purpose is. See, when we're giving, it has to be that I'm going to give to them. They cannot give back to me, and it's okay, but this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm all right with it. That's the attitude that you have. If you always wait for the perfect time, I'm going to start giving, I'm going to start living, I'm going to start traveling, I'm going to, it never happens. They worry about what is going to look like to everyone else. They worry about what it's going to look like. They do. They worry about what it's going to look to everyone, how it's going to look to everybody else. Here's the thing. We miss out on a lot because we're also concerned about what it's going to look to someone else. I've been in that situation before. I'm not exempt. Good morning, Darisha. I'm not exempt. So I understand. But we've got to get to a point to where we're intentional about our lives. Because when people see you living on purpose, you encourage them to live on purpose. When they see you making moves and they see you making the shift when you need to make the shift, they are looking. They might not say anything. They might not like your post. Post some food. They'll like that. But when you post something about, oh, I'm making a shift, I'm coming back, this is what I'm doing, this is what it looks like, come join me, come help, come do this. People don't want that. They don't want to do that. But they're watching and lurking in the background to see what you're going to do. Okay, well, keep watching. Picture me rolling. Keep watching. Intentions behind giving. Why are you giving? Why are you living? What is your purpose? Are you walking in it? Or are you just a mere spectator of life? We got a lot of spectators just watching life happen. Whole lot of stuff to say, doing nothing. No intentions on helping anybody. But you're just a spectator. You're just a spectator. We've got to be intentional about our giving. So when we're giving back to others, whether it's a kind word or deed, giving your service to whatever organization that you feel passionate about, you've got to be intentional about it. When you're intentional in your giving, it's not hard to be intentional in your living. It's not. Good morning, Gwen. It's not difficult to be intentional in your living and in your giving. It might look different. What you're doing is not going to look the same as someone else, but who cares? Be a mover and a shaker. Take advantage of being responsible for your own life and not allowing somebody else to call the shots for you. You know how you have children? Some people have children, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 children. And some of them turn out to be really good, and some of them you're kind of worried about whether they're really yours or not. Some of them figure it out real quick, and some of them are just kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do next. They're not intentional about anything, and you sit down and you look and you go, well, where did I go wrong? Well, it's not necessarily that you went wrong anywhere. It's just that people decide on what it is they want to do for themselves. It's like, I have a friend whose family had 12 children, and she said to me, girl, I hate the summers, because when the summertime roll around, Daddy gonna work us like a dog on the farm. He was intentional in what he was doing with those children. They all worked the farm. When they got grown, they all left the farm, except one. And they came to the city and they lived on purpose. And they've all been successful because I've kept up with them. They're successful. And they live on purpose. And they give on purpose. And I think that they're a giver because they saw their father. Let me grow some crops. Now let me give them to the community. Let me grow y'all help me with the garden. And then you give the stuff away. You have to be taught how to do it. And it doesn't matter if you learn it while you're little or you learn it while you're old. Just learn it. Good morning, Miss Yolanda and Renee. Good morning. So we're talking about being intentional in our giving and living on purpose and being intentional in our living. We've got to learn how to do it. It makes life such a happier place to be. Some decisions are going to be really hard to make. And some of the decisions that we're going to make, we're hesitant to make them because we are afraid of what other people are going to say and what it looks like to them. That's what we are scared of. And so, good morning, T. So it's like, I don't know what else to say other than we've got to be intentional. We've got to be intentional. What's the intention behind your giving? Are you pouring into people because you truly want them to see better for themselves? Are you pouring into people because when they come up, you want to say, you know what, had it not been for me, I would have been able to, had it not been for me, she wouldn't have been able to do that. Had it not been for me, she wouldn't be where she is right now. Is that why you're giving? Is that why you're helping others? Or do you truly have a desire to see them win? See, when you get to the point to where you want to see other people win, that's when you win. That's the truth. When you get to the point to where you want to see other people come up, you come up. But as long as you have hidden motives and hidden agendas as to why you do what you do for people, your intentions for giving and living are bad. And what goes around comes around. So you've got to be intentional. You got to be intentional. When you're out there and you're paving the pavement and you're trying to make the world a better place for people, people watch you. People recognize what you're doing. And guess what? They might not ever tell you, but they want to be like that. Some people just don't have that motivation from within. You've got to be intrinsically motivated to get out and do stuff like that. That's what you have to do. So when you're out and you're helping people and you're doing, are you doing it because you want Channel 8 to come? I've never invited Channel 8 out to Tent City. All I needed was my few dedicated friends who believed what I believe. So next month when we go out, it's the same thing. Hey, y'all, I'm doing this. You want to help? Yeah, Creed, count me in. Okay. And we go out and we do what we do. So that one day somebody's going to see us doing it and they're going to say, you know what? You always said you wanted a building so you could help these people. Let me give you one. I've been watching you for a while. Well, you know what? Then when you have the building, you can help more people. Then you can teach them how to develop skills and to get up on their feet and to do. What's the intention behind it? And you're right. Everybody don't have it. They just don't. They don't. I'm a giver. And I'm a giver because it naturally comes to me. I'm not a giver because I want you to do something for me. And if you want to bring me some greens because you got friends that's growing them, I'll gladly accept those. I mean, like all day. Yeah. But we've got to be intentional in our giving and be intentional in our living. Have you seen people, you go to Walmart, you see all kind of people. Sometimes I like to people watch. I don't have a whole lot of time to do it. But every now and then I have a few minutes and I just watch people. And some people walk in Walmart looking so freaking defeated with bonnets on and slippers like life has just slapped them from here to there and they have no hope. Then you see other people walking in. And they're just so happy about life. Yes, I love greens, baby. Every day I can eat them. So people are like losing it because they are excited about life and they have all these great things that they are going to accomplish because they've purpose in their mind to do so. And then on the other hand, you have people who are just like, well, you know what? That's just life. That was the hand I dealt. Get away from me and stay away from me with that pessimistic, negative attitude because I don't need that seeping into my spirit. I don't. Life is what you make it. Be intentional in your living and in your giving. People become teachers because they're passionate about children. People become life coaches because they're passionate about helping people. People become preachers because they're passionate about saving souls. People become evangelists because they're passionate about saving souls. People become health transformationists because they are concerned about your health. Some people become spectators because they just don't give a damn. And they just okay with life. Oh, well, that is what that is. Okay. It just happened like that. Live on purpose, baby. Live on purpose. Don't let other people dictate what you're going to do for yourself. Do for you what you can do for yourself. Don't be sitting around waiting on somebody else to do it. Get up and go do it. You don't like the car you're driving? Get out and hustle and get the one you want. You don't like the house you're living in? Get out and go work and get the one you want. You don't like the clothes you're wearing? Get up and go get some more. You don't like the body you in? Call LaQuinn and get some tea. Call Gwen and get some NutriBurst. You don't like your energy level? It's like, just change it. Just get in there and do it. Just do it. Yeah, you need to be looking right in public. People be looking tall from the floor, just looking all busted and disgusted. And you just be like, man, really? It's bad. They are defeated because they believe they are. And it's all in belief. Yeah, you're defeated when you think you are. It's like some people just figure out, you know what? This is just life. I can't change it because those are the people that they're listening to. Remember the people on Should Island? I talked about that the other day. Brian Tracy's book. I should have gone to school. I should have taken a chance on that opportunity when it was presented to me. Research shows that we only get a few opportunities in life to where a great opportunity is presented to us. It's up to us whether we're going to take it or not. You are given because you're available to do God's work. We have to do the work. Yeah, you have to do the work. Good morning, Carolyn. You have to do the work because guess what? Even when he healed people, they had something to do. He didn't just walk up and heal them because they said, oh, I receive it in the name of Jesus. I'm naming it and I'm claiming it. No, you had some work to do. Get up and go wash. Take up your bed and walk. You had to do something. I said that up like a couple of weeks ago. Even God required you to do something when he was going to do something for you. You want healing? Okay, this is what I need you to do. People were saved all year long for a Louis Vuitton bag because they know it's worth it. But when it comes to personal development and being better, nah, $15 is too much to pay for that book. And it's paperback. Girl, I can't read all that. Okay. Got a new focus for 2018. I don't know about you. I'm already thinking about it. I'm already thinking about 2018. What are you going to do? How are you going to live on purpose? What is your intention for living? What is it? Yeah, you got to be in action and moving. That's what it is. You've got to be intentional. It requires you to move. And sometimes it means getting out of your comfort zone. You got to get out of that place. Everything I want is outside of my comfort zone. People who know me know I don't like a whole bunch of changes real quick. I can't handle that. So what I started doing was trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I handle this change? How do I handle that? How do I handle that? And finding a balance. Me finding a balance might look different from how you find balance. But we both found it. So I want you to think about today being intentional in your giving and being intentional in your living. People call this the giving season. And people feel compelled to give because it's Thanksgiving and Christmas. What about May? What about June? What about March? It's cold. In March sometimes. February is cold. But people who are hungry and need a meal still need it. Whether it's the giving season or not. And sometimes we don't even think about that. Good morning, Jasmine. Laverne, that last name messed me up, Laverne. I got to get used to that. I'm planning the first quarter 2018 already. That's it. And if you're not already planning for 2018, you late. You're late. You're late. Time waits for no man. I'm going to do it one day. I'll do it one day. You know what? Forget that. Do it now. Who promised you then? Who said, oh, don't worry about it, girl. You got 15 years to chill. Some people chill their whole life and then die. Other people hustle like hell in the beginning part of their life so they can live the latter part of their life like the people you dream about and read about and see on TV. Stop looking at TV and all these freaking reality shows and getting all pumped up about what they're doing like that's your life. Get off the couch. That's where we start and go do something for yourself. Ah, your mom's middle name. Okay. Yeah. So let's do this, y'all. Let's do it. One day is not one day is not on the calendar. It's not. I'm gonna do it one day. I'm gonna do it one day. People chilling right now because that's what feels good to them. It feels good to them. But the people who are hustling and know what they are expecting and they see that goal, they started with the end in mind, they're going to be chilling too. But it's going to be a different kind of chilling. It's going to be the kind of chilling that allows them to be stretched out under the palm trees on the beaches of the world. It's going to be the kind of chilling that allows them to walk in and say, I'm sorry, could you order that Range Rover Sport HSE and have it delivered here for me? It'd be a different kind of chilling when you walk into the Louis Vuitton store and say, I'll just take one of each of these. It's really hard for me to decide. And you know what? Just go ahead and add each one of those parfums to it. I need each fragrance, please. It'll be the kind of chilling that allows you to walk into a place and you don't look at price tags. You just tell the people what you want. Because they began with the end in mind. That's how they started. Stop looking at other people going, oh, you know what? I wish I had one that. I wish I could. The only hustle is when it's an emergency, out of desperation. You doggone right. And unfortunately, sometimes it's too late. It's kind of like our health. We wait until the doctor gives us some bad news before you decide to quit eating a whole bunch of darn fried pork chop sandwiches with hot sauce. Do it now. Why wait until then? Do it now. I gotta let you go because the day has started. It's time for us to keep it moving. I wish you well on today. Be intentional in your giving and be intentional in your living. When I'm on lives, the word isn't just for you. It's for me too. Because I'm talking to myself. Regroup if you need to. Start over if you need to. Just do something. Put the remote down. Stop binge watching Netflix until you have downtime. If your checking account looked like your social security number, you'd be all right. I'm just saying. Love you too, Quan. You have a productive day. Everybody have a productive day. Today is Thursday. Get out and make it count. Do something for someone else. Make someone smile today. People are dealing with a lot of stuff. But they're not coming and talking to you because you can't be trusted. You talk too much. I'm just saying. I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas are down there. Don't get caught up. We got to move on up. We got to move up. Today is a new day. Yesterday is gone. You didn't get it done yesterday? Okay. It's a new day. Get out and make it count. Do something for somebody else. I am working diligently on trying to get things ready for Tent City. And so I already have a list of volunteers. You know who you are. You've already reached out to me and contacted me. I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. And so I'm excited because guess what? People are hurting and we need to be out serving. End of story. You sick of your life being the way it is? Get up and do something about it. Go help somebody else. Go change somebody else's life and watch yours change. I want to see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. The world continues to rotate. Whether you're standing on top of it or stretched out under it, you decide where you want to be. I don't want to be stretched out under anything except for the palm trees on the beaches of the world. We deserve to see that and not just see it flipping through a magazine. Why are you waiting at the doctor's office because your health is tore from the floor up? The only time you read something when you're waiting to see the doctor. Come on, we got to do better. I wish you well on today. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.